I'm a bilingual UCLA student, and this is Ed. And we're from Opportunity to Assets, or OPTA for short. And we're here today to present to you our business venture. So, what is the American dream? I'm sure that everyone seated here today know that it is a belief founded on the idea that anyone who's willing to work hard will be able to achieve prosperity, wealth, and success. However, the American dream is at risk. More than 50 million people live in poverty, and they lead lives of struggles. Here we have Stacy from Louisville, Kentucky. She's a mother of two, recently divorced. She was burdened with tons of debt, had to move back with her parents, and finally sought help from a financial coach at a nonprofit organization. With time and with the help of a financial coach, she was able to get back on her feet. With over $25,000 in savings, she really wanted to find her own apartment. In fact, she had found a place for $950. She was really happy. She went to a case manager and asked him if she was able to afford it. So, how can the case manager define how much she should spend on rent?
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ed and I'm the principal at Opportunity to Assets. I'm very excited to present our new social enterprise venture, OPTA. OPTA started as an idea back in 2006. At that time, I was working on a model to help nonprofit organizations help low-income individuals save money for emergencies. Gradually, I developed that into a business plan. I incorporated OPTA back in 2010, and we started really selling that idea back to the nonprofit organizations as a prepackaged, turnkey program. We've had a great success with the program for the past 2 or 3 years, but we realize now that diversification should be a key part of our future expansion. So based on the research that we have conducted, we have identified financial coaching as a new area of investments that we want to venture into. We believe that Optometrics will be able to change the landscape for financial coaching programs if we are successful in launching it and selling it to the nonprofit organizations. So the platform that we have developed consists of 2 components. There is a training component for financial coaches, and there is a software component for data collection and analysis. Our clients include nonprofit organizations and the counselors at those organizations that will be receiving the training and will be using the data platform. And the end users are really the individuals who seek assistance from nonprofit organizations. The software component of Optometrics consists of 3 parts, or 3 steps. The first step is data collection, obviously. So the counselor sits down with the individual, they collect the information on financial and behavioral metrics. Then the system analyzes the data and creates 30 different types of measurements, categorized under proper headings. The second step is when you look at those numbers and compare them to acceptable ranges. This is a crucial part of the process because it will help the case manager identify certain vulnerabilities and try to address them in his or her best ability. And finally, the last part of the program is comparison part. When individuals come back for follow-up sessions, the system will obviously collect new information and they will be able to compare the numbers side by side. So now that you have a better understanding of how the system works, let's go back to Stacy's example and see what happens to her.
So let's take a look at Stacy's situation again. The case manager ran the numbers using Optometrics. A monthly rent of $950 seemed pretty reasonable for Louisville. However, Optometrics alerted the case manager that according to Stacy's income, she should not be spending more than $740 a month on rent. If not, her housing expense ratio, as you can see in the screenshot here, will be 9% higher than the acceptable range. And this will further deplete her savings and cause more troubles down the road. It will also affect her other financial ratios and adversely impact her financial standing. So listening to her case manager's advice, Stacy made an informed decision and rented out a more affordable 2-bedroom apartment. Now she's happier, she's also more confident because she knows she will have more savings for a rainy day.
Let's take a look at the competitive landscape. We have identified 2 competitors, Financial Clinic and Success Measures. And as you can see in this comparison table, Optometrics includes several value-added features. For example, we have a scoring model for financial behavior, and we have a model to analyze program-level impact. When you serve several clients, you can see the impact that you have made over time. But perhaps the big difference that you can't see in this table is the approach towards case management and financial counseling. You see, my biggest concern over these several years working in the nonprofit industry is that at some basic level, we fail to provide a holistic financial picture to the individual. And that is troubling because just the analogy that I would like to make is that of a doctor-patient relationship. if a doctor wants to help plan the course of treatment for a patient, usually they sit down with the patient and they take a look at the lab results and tests and try to explain what the next course of action should be. Having something like that in financial case management, I think, is crucial because it will help future decision making. And that's the key value in optometrics.
So who are our customers? We aim to partner with organizations that empower low-income individuals financially. From our market research, we found over 130,000 such organizations across California. More specifically, our 4 potential client groups include low-income credit unions, nonprofits that offer financial empowerment services, housing development agencies, as well as companies that hire low-skilled workers. And all of these organizations aim to alleviate poverty among low-income families. And based on our interviews, we found that optometrics already has generated significant interest in the nonprofit sector because impact measurement is a growing trend. And we have already partnered with another nonprofit, and we're also currently in talk with other organizations. And so from our estimates, we foresee 10 organizations, and if let's say we have an average of 50 individuals per organization, we'll be able to help 500 low-income individuals every year. But the impact of optometrics transcends individuals, families, and even the local community. Think bigger. If people are able to make better financial decisions, they will rely less heavily on the public benefits programs over time. And so by helping these low-income people and giving them proper financial guidance, we'll be able to entail greater social and economic benefits.
Okay, so let's switch gears a little bit and take a look at the project financials. As you can see in this graph, our break-even point happens in year 3. We would need 33 nonprofit organizations partnering with us in order to break even. If you assume a 3% market penetration rate, that translates into an 1,133 number for our market size, which is really reasonable compared to the target market that Violet just talked about a few minutes ago. And given the fact that we have a lot of economic efficiencies in the software model, we feel that this model is going to be sustainable and we will be able to maintain our margins going forward. In terms of our ask, as you can see, we have used so far close to $70,000 of our past profits plus direct market revenues that we have generated from optometrics to invest in the product, in the platform. The platform is almost developed, but we need $8,000 in order to complete our training modules. The remaining $58,500 would be required as part of our startup program, startup costs. But because we also realized that in the first year we are going to have a net operating deficit, we need $30,500 in working capital. So this brings our total ask to $100,000 for this project.
So why should you invest in us? Well, leading OPTA is Ed, he's our CEO, and not only does he hold a PhD in international economics, but also 15 years of experience in the nonprofit sector. He has also published multiple papers in the areas of asset building and economics, and also won awards from United Way of Greater Los Angeles, Community Financial Resource Center, and the Corporation for Enterprise Development. And with over 20 existing clients, and also great expertise, a proven track record, and also a great optometrics, we believe that you should definitely invest in us, and underprivileged individuals will have greater hopes of having a higher chance to lead a better house living, have a stable home to live in, and also gain access to basic needs like healthcare and education. So act now. Give them the opportunity to access and the opportunity to access. Thank you very much.